Once upon a time, in a distant kingdom, there was a young prince who was extremely arrogant. Having been spoiled since childhood, he believed that only those of royal blood were intelligent and worthy of respect. Meanwhile, in the same kingdom, there was a poor farmer known for his intelligence, quick wit, and deep understanding gained from real-life experiences. The fateful encounter. One day, the prince, bored with nothing to entertain him, heard about the wise farmer and immediately summoned him to the palace. He thought it would be easy to mock and humiliate the farmer in front of the court. Looking at the farmer with disdain, the prince said, "I hear that you are very intelligent. Do you dare to challenge me in a battle of wits?" The farmer smiled calmly and replied, "If your highness wishes to test me, I am ready." Thus, the battle of wits began. The prince posed 3 tricky riddles, hoping the farmer would be unable to answer them. 1. What can travel the world but always stays in one place? The farmer thought for a moment and then answered, "That would be our shadow, your highness." 2. What becomes bigger the more you take away? The farmer smiled, "That would be a hole. The more you dig, the bigger it gets." 3. What is invisible but can accomplish everything? The farmer immediately responded, "That is wisdom. It is invisible but has the power to change the world." The prince was stunned by the farmer's intelligence. He could not believe that a commoner could answer so fluently. However, unwilling to admit defeat, he decided to set even more difficult challenges. The difficult challenges. The prince ordered the farmer to complete 3 seemingly impossible tasks. 1. Turn straw into gold overnight. The farmer thought carefully, then wove the straw into beautiful carpets and sold them to merchants in the capital. With the money he earned, he bought gold and presented it to the prince. The prince had no choice but to acknowledge the farmer's cleverness. 2. Find a person who can laugh without joy and cry without sadness. The farmer searched far and wide and finally brought a circus performer to the palace. This performer could pretend to laugh even when feeling sorrowful and cry on command for the audience. The prince nodded in agreement, realizing the answer was reasonable. 3. Bring the most valuable thing that cannot be touched. The farmer pondered for a moment and then said, "Your highness, the most valuable thing is time. No one can touch it, yet it is incredibly precious." Hearing this, the prince was speechless, realizing the truth in the farmer's words. The lesson and transformation. After these challenges, the prince was no longer as arrogant as before. He understood that intelligence does not come from status or lineage but from learning, experience, and humility. He had learned a great lesson from the farmer and decided to improve himself. From that day forward, the prince became a fair ruler, always listening to the voices of his people. And the farmer, though still an ordinary man, had played a role in transforming the entire kingdom with his wisdom and kindness. This story teaches us that true value lies not in status but in intelligence and humility.